Hey, what's up guys? Jackson here with Toasty DIY, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the ultimate project that might not even end up being a project because it's a little bit too ultimate for me. Alright, so as you guys know, I'm a big Datsun guy, and I love, everything Datsun. I love parts, I love, memorabilia, and obviously I love the cars. So this right here is a 1967 Roadster, or, as I should say, what's left of a 1967 Roadster. So the good news is I picked this up for basically free. I was able to trade for a really cheap computer I'd built basically for free. So don't really have much money into it or anything, or any in that case, which is probably for the best, as most people would tell me. But in terms of what I got the rolling chassis of the car. There's nothing else in it as far as the drivetrain goes. So the car itself basically just has the the rear end, the differential. It does have the drive shaft attached, which pretty important on these cars as well. It does have all 4 tires, although it's not the original rims. I think 3 of the rims are original. They're missing the hubcaps, and then one of them is a 280ZX rim, oddly enough, because pretty much all Datsun 4 lugs are pretty much the same. But one of the good parts about this is it came with a ton of parts, both for the car and even some extras. There's actually some 280Z and 280ZX stuff here. There's about 3 or 4 master brake cylinders, a couple slave cylinders. There's also a 280Z brake cylinder, master cylinder as well. There's some leather pieces such as visor, the full carburetor in here, full carb kit. So the intake, the actual stock Hitachi carbs, the actual air box is all there. So as far as like parting out value goes, there's actually a decent amount of money in this. Not anything too crazy, but if someone really wanted to take the time, I would say in like small parts alone, minus the car, you could probably get somewhere in the realm of $500 to $750, just with all the small parts that are in this, and there's more up front as well. Now, as far as like the whole car itself goes, just in like body panels, I mean, I know a lot of it looks pretty bad. Like honestly, these fenders aren't worth too much because of these massive holes. However, the doors are completely there, really no rust. I mean, there's like surface rust, but there's no holes or anything. They're very solid. There's a lot of mold and stuff, but you can see the inside of that one. The glass is there on both doors. The actual locking and unlocking hardware is there. Obviously the handles are missing from the outside, but as far as the actual body goes, there's probably another few $100s just worth of body panels and some of the remaining glass. So I mean, all in all, I would say if someone would take the time, they could probably get for everything in the realm of $1,000 to $2,000 for all of this stuff for the right buyer. Now, what do I want to do with it? I really don't know yet, because one of the issues is there's no title with it. It does have a VIN and everything. There is a good VIN number under the hood and all that, but the main issue is there's no title for it. I know there's technically ways you can get titles, but it can be kind of fishy and it's a little bit difficult to do. But I don't know, it could be worth doing. I don't really know if this is something I'm ever going to get around to actually fixing or not. Now, you're probably thinking like, why on earth would I fix it? Well, the thing is, I have an extra engine. I have a couple of extra engines that run and drive. I have about 3 transmissions, 4-speed and 5-speeds, that'll fit in this. I have rear ends, I have drive shafts, I have interior pieces, I have 2 seats that are like brand new for this. I even have the carpet and door skins and the aluminum plates, the kick panels that go along here. I even have all of the chrome trim. So long story short, I practically have enough to make this a running and driving car, minus a few odds and ends, I'm sure. Now, the only problem is, even if I did make this running driving car without the title, I would guess that someone would maybe maximum pay $1,500 to $2,000 for it. So at that point, it's like, okay, is it really worth doing all the work and all the trouble just to basically get the same amount of value of part out? Well, not really, not for me. So I'm just gonna kind of probably let the cover sit on it for a while, and if I find someone who needs some parts, or someone who really wants a whole car like this, which I'd much rather do. I really don't like parting out these old Datsuns, because they don't really remanufacture much for them, so a lot of people need the parts. However, that's one less car on the road that I get to see driving. So at the end of the day, who knows, maybe this could become some cool autocross car or something, because you don't really need a title for that. Maybe I'll find a way to get a title for it, you know, whether I do like that Vermont title scheme or whatever in case I want to do that, or I have some type of project title made. So the last thing I'm going to show before wrapping this up is just, you know, showing you guys that the actual driver's side floor pan is really not in bad shape. There's a couple of pinholes, but not too bad. The passenger side, however, I don't know what happened here, but it's basically like completely gone. I don't know if it's someone started cutting out or what, but beneath all these parts, you can just see straight to the ground. However, the frame itself is in wonderful shape. These cars have a pretty interesting frame design where they're not like a unibody like the Z's or anything. It actually has the chassis sits on top of a frame, and the frame makes an X in the middle that basically goes one way and then one goes the other way, and then you also have some rails that come up the side. It's a pretty rigid frame, honestly, and the frame itself is actually in pretty good shape. There's really no holes that I've seen on the actual frame, so that's another kind of plus about this car, is it does have a good rolling body to it. It just needs a decent amount of patchwork done. And you know, honestly, like I said, with the engine, transmission, all the other stuff I have, this could really be a running and driving car, you know, in not too long of time if someone has the time and the effort to go through and making it that. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Of course, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.